Hello dear traders, let us review the economic events of the past week. Last week the US stock market indices edged up and the US dollar strengthened. Since the start of the year, S&P 500 managed to gain only 1.8%, while the dollar index dipped 3.5%. The start of the week was not optimistic at all. Stocks edged lower on Monday together with the US dollar index on forecast the total earnings of S&P 500 components are to contract by 7.8% in the first quarter this year. The US currency continued edging lower as market participants doubt the Fed is to raise the rates soon. Energy stocks advanced on Tuesday as global oil prices rose to 4-month high. The Dow Jones Industrial Average Index edged up by almost 1%, which is its record monthly increase. No significant economic data were released, but the US dollar managed to close higher. On Wednesday, strong external trade data were released in China. Its export exceeded forecasts in March, having increased by 11.5%. The additional positive was the news the quarterly earnings of JP Morgan Bank exceeded the market's expectations. The US macroeconomic data were negative. The March retail sales slumped, which makes the chances of April rate hikes slim. Nevertheless, the US dollar index edged higher. On Thursday, the US currency and stock indices continued advancing. Like in the previous day, the economic data were rather negative. The US inflation fell in March, which may postpone the Fed rate hike under current conditions. This was the positive for the stock market, and it continued advancing. On Friday, the US economic data fell short of expectations for third straight day. That was too much for some investors, and the US dollar slightly edged lower together with the stocks. The industrial production fell in March for the sixth time in recent 7 months. The Michigan University Consumer Confidence Index fell to the lowest since last September. Moreover, iPhone sales and Apple stocks dipped 2%. This week, such large US companies as Alphabet, former Google, IBM, Intel, Starbucks, Coca-Cola, and others will report quarterly earnings on Tuesday, and US housing market data will be released on Wednesday. On Friday, the industrial PMI for April will be released. We believe the European Central Bank meeting results on Thursday may become the key event of this week. These were the major events of the past week. Happy trading and see you next week.